Welcome back to the Armchair Meddler, where I review news videos of a sensational nature and I give you my opinion, even though you didn't ask. That's what makes me the Armchair Meddler. So let's see what we have today. It's going to be a pursuit. Authorities chase burglary suspect near Signal Hill. Okay, so just to remind you, I have not watched this video. But before we get into the video, please make sure you are subscribed and also press the like button. So let's not delay, let's get into this video.
News, a pursuit in Long Beach.
Let's go to Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal. Des, take it away.
Well, Juan and Pat, this looks like it's going to be a dangerous one here. These are burglary suspects, and we have learned that the burglary happened in San Diego County, that is. Unclear where in San Diego County, but this pursuit started in Orange County. So obviously, there was a good ID on this vehicle at some point during that burglary. A good ID, I should say, and then spread across law enforcement. It was Orange County sheriffs that tried to pull this vehicle over, and then this vehicle took off. We've been up to 120 miles an hour at points on this pursuit. We just heard one of the airships overhead say that there are believed to be multiple people in the car, and we have learned that the items taken in that burglary were apparently long rifles and possibly some other weaponry. So now...
Okay, so yeah, I believe that's CHP chasing them. I'm not sure, I missed that part. But the fact that they stole weapons, long rifles, and whatever else type of firearms, yeah, these are people that they definitely need to catch, because they're going to be up to no good with these weapons, whether they use them in additional crimes or they're just going to sell them on the black market. They really need to catch these guys.
Of course, now authorities have got to wonder, are those in this vehicle right now? So this looks like an incredibly dangerous pursuit with these kind of speeds, and what may or may not be inside of this vehicle, but you can bet that law enforcement will definitely be erring on the side of caution that these folks may be armed inside this vehicle, as we are now northbound 710 coming through North Long Beach. Pat and Juan.
Did you see that car swerve there? It looked like it. As it was trying to get out of the way, it's and driving at speeds that fast, that's not unusual. And how dangerous, as you said, Des, there's quite a bit of traffic out there on the 710 North this time of night.
Yeah, I mean, it's going free flow, but, it is Friday evening, no doubt. A lot of folks headed out, for the long weekend as well. We had a lot of traffic earlier on this afternoon, but a lot of folks staying in town. They're headed out for the evening, kind of prime time weekend, and, unfortunately now these people are out here flying along. Look at this, 120 miles an hour. The Orange County Sheriff's Deputies helicopter, I believe they switched out, and LA County Sheriff's got overhead, and we're hearing that CHP may bring in their helicopter as well. They may need, actually, my pilot Dylan informing me that they are on this now, and they might need multiple eyes in the air because these people are this driver is going so fast.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder whether or not these burglars or these thieves are from the LA area, went to San Diego to commit this crime, and now heading back north because, as Desmond was saying, Pat, they weren't stopped, they tried to get stopped till they hit Orange County. So, I mean, they drove quite a distance.
Yeah, and would probably like to go even further. Yeah. But hopefully, you know what, Des, it's difficult, obviously, when you're on the freeway. You've got traffic out there at these high speeds, but they're going to obviously stay on top of this, where they certainly are so far. But you sort of, what do you do at this particular? You can't do a spike strip for sure. You certainly can't pit. All you can do is really try to stay on top of this or follow these people as long as you can. You mentioned CHP being overhead. Are they also on the ground?
I believe that is them on the ground, yes. So you see that single black door there. So this is CHP. And again, this started with Orange County Sheriff's deputies. And you're right, when you got speeds like this, there's really not a lot they can do at this moment. All they can hope is that the suspect gets off of the freeway and slows down, but there's really no indication that that's going to happen. So that could be even more dangerous for the public, or hope that they run out of gas, or maybe just pull over and get out and run like that. But as far as them actively bringing this to an end on the freeway, that is not in the cards right now, that's for sure.
All right, they're in the Downey Norwalk area. And so far, we haven't seen any movement of them trying to go on surface streets. We haven't heard anything like that. Right, Desmond, they've been committed to freeways since this thing started.
That's what we've heard. We heard this initiate when they were trying to pull this vehicle over. It was around the 405 and the 22, so we made record timing to get up here into Long Beach. We were coming from downtown LA, and we heard 120 miles an hour, and we had to chart a different course so that we could catch up with this pursuit as it goes underneath us. And now we are already on the westbound 105. So I mean, it's in just about 10 minutes time. We've gone from the Orange County line now well into LA County onto this westbound 105, the Century Freeway, and let's see where these folks are headed. If there's any rhyme or reason to this,
So this person is either going to get away or they're going to die trying, because I've seen them go. I think I saw the highest speed was 121 miles per hour, and also so far I can't make out what kind of car that is. I can see that's blue, but I can't really tell what it is.
We've got the LAX airspace, downtown LA, which can make things so difficult for law enforcement at these speeds. I mean, just these sudden movements here at 100 miles an hour, all it's going to take is one person making a lane change here, somebody drifting into a lane or just not looking in enough time. I mean, just look at how quickly this person is flying by all of these vehicles right here. Extremely nerve-wracking. A crash right now would be catastrophic.
No question about that. Mike?
Yeah, hi Pat. So I've been just listening to some of this radio traffic. They say 2 to 3 suspects were involved in the burglary. They believe that 2 to 3 suspects are in the vehicle as well, 2 to 3 men specifically. I also have just heard them, the CHP helicopter, as Desmond mentioned, is overhead. They've actually asked to alert LAX as we're heading to westbound 105. Will eventually dead end into LAX. And they've asked LAX PD to come and try to be aware and be on the perimeter of LAX in case this enters that airspace. As we've talked about many times before, and Desmond can attest, as soon as they get into that LAX airspace, more so right on the edge of those runways, even the law enforcement helicopters can't kind of follow in that area. So they really want LAX PD to be ready if something were to happen there.
So this car is driving on the right shoulder of this freeway. And the thing is, that's so dangerous because oftentimes there's debris on the right shoulder. There could be glass, there could be a blown out tire, anything like that. And the fact that the suspect is driving at 95, 90, 100 miles per hour, you hit a tire on the side of the road like that, or a piece of debris, piece of wood, whatever, he's going to lose control and crash this car, and it's going to be very ugly.
And as Desmond was talking about the speeds that they're driving, if they happen to swerve into a vehicle, but even, on our freeways, it could take something on the road. We have things that fall out of vehicles all the time. And that certainly would be catastrophic as well. So anything could happen.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was just driving on the right-hand shoulder there at about 100 miles an hour. That's where, debris, all kinds of stuff gets swept over towards the shoulder for Caltrans to come and pick up at a later time. So they're very lucky the lanes were clear right there. And now we're off the freeway here at Imperial Highway, and now we're already on the edge of that LAX airspace, right through that red light. And so here we come now into the Watts area. And I believe this is a BMW. Oh, here we go. We got all three.
And the car is still
4 people. All of them.
And the car is still moving.
Into this neighborhood, and they're all out, and they left it in drive there as well. So we saw everyone scatter. I believe this is the driver underneath this tree, I believe. But it looks like we might be in one of the projects right here just north of the 105 freeway. People running all over the place. Gosh, I think this is...
Okay, there's no doubt in my mind that this is where these people live, okay? And that BMW is not theirs, it's definitely stolen. Of course, you're not going to commit a crime like this and drive your own car, but yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that they drove to where they live. They live in these projects.
Oh boy, now I think this might be... Okay, well, we got a couple of them running over this way. Pretty dark in this area as well. Okay, we've got 3 of the suspects now running 105th Crozius Avenue coming into this parking lot. So, boy, now, did they come up to this area specifically? I mean, they got right off the freeway and bailed right in this area. And now they're just kind of acting like they're not involved in this right now, but we're pretty sure these are 2 of the suspects.
Right here, that we're looking at right now.
They just ran into the tree, it seems, yeah.
Well, they kind of were casually. It's really dark, Desmond, but I can Not, well, there's the law enforcement is right in the area. I just saw one drive by, so I'm sure in a minute when there's another one, they're going to have this set up a perimeter around this area, in the Watts area. Look at this vehicle.
Well, and you saw those, and you don't see the spotlight here from the sheriff's helicopter overhead. I think they got lost underneath the buildings and the trees. I'm pretty sure these are two, possibly three of the suspects. I remember seeing a white hoodie
as a suspect, and they're trying to get. Did identify one of these people in the crowd as a suspect, and they're trying to get these officers and deputies to. Yep, there we go.
He's got his hands up on the ground.
Okay, well. Yeah, I mean, I think it was this person. Obviously, this is a really tough one. I definitely cannot say for sure. I've been trying my hardest to follow the white hoodie that I saw sprinting earlier and then stopping and coming back to this area. And I think that they may have the right person, but this is just a very difficult situation, Pat and Juan.
Yeah, it certainly is. And you're talking about the right person, but also that's one of three. I mean, one of four. So where are the other three?
Yeah.
And will this one guy tell officers where the other three are?
Right, well, there's that. Desmond had a clear shot of all four people getting out of the car, and, we never lost the shot, but you see the car start to steer, so there must have been a fifth person in there, because I didn't see anybody jump back. And Desmond had a clear shot of all four people getting out of the car, and, we never lost the shot, but you see the car start to steer, so there must have been a fifth person in there, because I didn't see anybody jump back in after those four people got out.
Wow.
And then is that the fifth person then? Who they have?
Who they have right here, yeah.
And again, why did it crash?
Right.
I wonder how quickly they discovered this vehicle.
This is really fresh. I mean, I told Desmond about it immediately when I heard it. So I think just within the last few minutes or so. I mean, obviously the fire department's just now getting here as well.
So now we've got two crime scenes, guys.
Right.
Like 115th in Croesus and 115 in Willowbrook.
In Willowbrook.
Yeah, and here you can see them both in the shot here. You see the two choppers there to the far right of the shot.
Yeah.
And just got maybe 3 or 4 blocks over here.
Yeah.
And it looks like that vehicle just went straight into that guardrail there over those train tracks.
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure why, but the feed cut out. But it looks like maybe they got everybody into custody. So that was quite the chase, and like I said, I think that they went to a neighborhood that they know. They probably all live in those housing projects. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode of The Armchair Meddler. If you can, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you're subscribed. More videos are coming soon.